Welcome to your worst nightmare. Tonight's story will make you question the safety of your own bed. If you think you're alone, you're wrong. Before we begin, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell icon, because the next horror might just be waiting for you. In the dark, Ayan moved into his new apartment last night. The walls were cracked, the air was damp, and the wooden floor groaned beneath his steps. The landlord, an old man with hollow eyes, handed him the keys and muttered, "Never sleep on the left side." Ayan scoffed. "Why?" The old man's lips barely moved. "Because something else already does." That night, as the clock struck midnight, a strange chill wrapped around the room. The darkness felt alive. It breathed, it watched, it waited. Ayan tossed in bed, but something felt wrong. The mattress beneath him wasn't soft anymore. It felt heavy, sunken, like someone was already lying there. His throat tightened. His blanket was pressed down over his chest. He tried to lift his arms, but they wouldn't move. Paralyzed, trapped, helpless. A scraping sound filled the room, like fingernails dragging across wood. It was coming from under the bed. His breath hitched. Then the bed creaked. Slowly, trembling, Ayan turned his head. His stomach dropped. Lying beside him, inches from his face, was a rotting black figure. Hollow eyes, black veins stretching across its decayed skin, and a twisted, wide-open grin, as if it had been waiting for him all along. Ayan's pulse exploded. He tried to scream, but his lips wouldn't move. The figure's mouth ripped open wider, far beyond what was humanly possible. The lights flickered. The room shook. The air turned ice cold. The figure's blackened fingers slithered toward his throat. Ayan thrashed. He kicked. And then it was gone. He gasped for air, his body drenched in sweat. Just a dream, right? But then he felt it. A cold, skeletal hand clamped around his ankle. He screamed, clawing at the sheets, but the floor beneath him cracked open, swallowing him into an abyss darker than death itself. The next morning, the apartment was empty. The bed was perfectly made, but the left side was still sunken in, like someone was still lying there, waiting, watching. Did you check your bed before lying down? Maybe you should, because some nightmares don't end when you wake up. If you enjoyed this terrifying tale, like, share, and subscribe. But be careful, because the next story might not just be a story, it might be your fate.